Hey guys, Galucia here, and as promised, I am delivering Aero Fighters, old school Super Nintendo game. But originally, this was a Neo Geo game. Um, Neo Geo is, if you're not familiar with them, a arcade giant, and made a lot of awesome arcade games. And a few of them were ported to consoles. For two main reasons, in my opinion. One of which would be that most of their games were so like advanced as far as the graphics at the time were concerned and whatnot that they were pretty much just too powerful to be played on a Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis. And the other reason was that they eventually did come out with their own console that few people are aware of, called Neo Geo, but it was not a big commercial success due to the fact that it was uber expensive, especially for the time. I think the launch price was over $600, and we're talking about back in like '92. So yeah, that's pretty insane. You're talking about like the launch price being exactly the same as like what PlayStation 3 was now, but like almost 20 years later. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. So no one could afford it, and yeah, so it's really rare. It's hard to find. But anyway, Aero Fighters. I picked the American. I always pick the American. That is not for some like whole go America type thing. That's really just because every plane has a different weapon set, and I prefer the Americans. And they have different bombs, and I prefer the Americans' bombs as well. The bombs are super useful, not just for the attacking purpose, but you use it to like dodge attacks. And right there is a failure because it's been a while since I played this game, and I honestly forgot what button it was for the bomb. So yeah, when you use the bomb, you're invulnerable for a split second. So when you have a flurry of bullets coming at you that you don't think you're going to be able to get away from or whatever, then yeah, you can drop a bomb and that'll save you. So yeah, I died the one time because I forgot which button was what, but that's okay. We're moving on now, and yeah, another reason why I like picking the American is that all four planes have different starting areas, and I prefer his starting area. I think it's one of the easier levels, and usually with these kind of games, these scrolling shooters, the ticket is to get your power-ups and then never die, because usually in the later rounds, the enemies that are needed to be killed to collect a power-up are going to be harder. So if you lose your power-ups and you're back to the default wimpy weapon, it's going to be really difficult to kill what you need to kill to get your power-ups back. So his starting level was pretty simple, and yeah, this is the other starting level that's one of the easier levels. I can usually get through this no problem, but you'll see what for me is the fourth level, where you're in the desert, is actually a start level for someone, and I don't remember which guy, but whatever guy it is, I don't ever want to be that guy, but yeah, I always just stick with the American, so playing it safe here, but yeah, and especially since, like I said, I don't really remember everything about this game. A few things I did remember, though. You saw me right before this boss come out. I was shooting on the building to the left. The building to the left drops a bomb, and the building to the right drops a power-up. And as I already stated, I used the bombs to get out of sticky situations, so I needed that more than a power-up. And I'm glad I grabbed it because I ended up having to use one, so now I'm back down to only one bomb. So yeah, here we are on the third level. This is, I think this level is a little bit harder, but I mean, as far as starting levels go, I could do this one. I really just think it's the desert level that's the biggest pain. The biggest problem I have with this level, though, is that usually coming into it, I need to have two bombs so that I can pick up a third bomb later in the match. There's a spot where I can destroy. You'll see me actually do it. There's like a a hangar. Actually, I guess it is because there's planes flying out of it. There's a hangar, and that creates a bomb. But the problem I end up having is that the boss at the end. The boss at the end, for a boss this early in the game, is pretty hard, and I have yet to figure out how to defeat him while only using 2 bombs. I need to have 3 bombs because he just sends an insane flurry of bullets your way. So pretty much right at the beginning, I knew I was going to have trouble and most likely die. But there you go. You see I got the bomb from that building. It's the one to the right, obviously. The one to the left has a power-up. I was able to destroy both, but obviously the bomb is my concentration. But yeah, I mean, you can see how many bullets this guy's putting out. Plus, if I have the 3 bombs, I should be able to take them out without any problem, quickly. And then I don't have to worry about it, because you see there, like, that was my 3rd bomb that I used. I got my bombs back because I got killed, unfortunately. But, yeah, but that's okay. We're driving on. Excuse me. But the problem I'm going to run into now is that I'm on my last life. I can get through this level no problem without dying, but, well, not no problem. I mean, look at this guy. That has to be the hardest, like, regular guy in a level. And this is someone's starting level. Again, I don't remember who, but yeah, you got to keep tapping to the side, and, like, and that's the very first guy you have to face against. And when you only have, like, your starting weapons, like, I have yet to destroy that guy with nothing but starting weapons. But, I mean, look, I had to use the only bomb I had to get away from attacks before I even get to the boss. There's just so much stuff. I mean, between the tanks and all these helicopters that just are non-stop coming out. And, this is a good old-fashioned shooter where any one bullet or any one collision with anything and you're dead. There's no, energy bar. There's no, couple hits and you're dead. But that's what I like about these old games. And just like Mario, that I was talking about in my other videos, is that this is another one of those games that, in my opinion, is completely 100% timeless. And no matter what you're doing, this will always be fun. Late in the, like, PlayStation 6 is going to be out, but I can still pick this up and have a good time, you know what I mean? Nowadays, they don't really make scrolling shooters like this. I mean, the only, like, flight games that I see are, like, flight combat, like, simulators, like Ace Combat or something like that. I mean, like, where in real life are you going to see a ridiculously huge tank like this? Like, obviously nowhere. But, and right there, I literally had to use a bomb to dodge his last bullet that he fired. That kind of bugged me a little bit, but anyway, but yeah, I like the fact that it's ridiculous. I like the fact that I'm fighting against some crazy tank that you're never gonna face ever, and they don't really do games like that anymore. That's why this game is timeless and it's always gonna be fun and super challenging. And this is the first level that's not like a start level, and it's the first really challenging level, and obviously you saw I died there. I only had the 1 life coming into this, and I knew I was probably going to be in trouble. And then now I'm at the start, but this level, you don't face any enemies that drop a power-up for a while. You're stuck with your wimpy start weapon for the first, 30 seconds or whatever it is of the level. So I already had to use both my bombs just to survive this long to try to get to this aircraft carrier that drops the first power-up. And to be honest with you, usually what I like to do, if I die in this level, like to the point where I have to use a continue, is I actually purposely get killed in the beginning, which is kind of a cop-out, I guess. But when you die, even if you didn't previously have any power-ups, you drop a power-up. You saw right there, I dropped the power-up. So then you can at least start with your weapon slightly upgraded. But right there, I killed a bunch of enemies that had power-ups plus my own. So now I'm back to full strength. I have 2 bombs and 2 lives total. So I feel pretty good coming into this boss battle. It's a pretty hard boss battle because besides the ship that you're fighting against, there are the occasional jets that are flying in. You have to dodge and whatnot. And this guy does take a while to take out. I mean, you can see that, pieces of him are getting taken out, but he actually gets harder as you get rid of more and more of the pieces. I don't know if you noticed, but every once in a while, like when I die and I first come back, the plane's actually like kind of missing. You can see my bullets, but not the plane itself. That's kind of what I was talking about, where like the Super Nintendo's really, like they really stretched the limits of the hardware of that system to port this game. They really had to, like, you know, it was really hard for them to make that work. And that, like, every once in a while you do get bugs like that because this game really does stretch the limits of it. There's so much happening that I don't think that, you know, the primitive processor or whatever of it can keep up with it. But anyway, so yeah, I took him out. I was super excited because I really wanted to be able to show you guys more levels or whatever. I honestly didn't think I was going to come into this and like beat it and like have this epic gameplay for you guys because to be honest with you, I think I've only beat this game once or maybe twice. I think I beat it twice, and that was a while ago. Usually this is the last level that I see. I've gotten to the last level is the level after this, and I've gotten to that level maybe like 10 times in my life. I've gotten to the final boss at least once with every playing because I remember seeing all the final bosses. But yeah, there you go. I'm done. And I could have continued again, but I kind of felt like I didn't want to take up too much time, so I ended it there. So yeah, I guess that's it for now for Aero Fighters. But if you guys were curious at least what the last level looks like, it's in space. It's completely ridiculous. It's insanely hard. I could try to get to it. Maybe I'll start the recording in the level that I just died on so you can see the boss for that. And then the space, I could try, but I mean, I can't make any promises. But anyway, I'm way over my time, guys, so I'm going to wrap this up. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this and keep watching for more old school stuff. I'm going to be back on Mario after this video. But yeah, if you want it, put in the comments and maybe I'll try to get to those last levels. But again, I can't make any promises, guys, because this game is ridiculous. Okay. Laters.